Hey, gang, it's April 9th. It's about 4 minutes later than I want to join, so I apologize for keeping everybody waiting. My name's Larry Bailey with Awesome Technologies, Inc. How's your 24.1 going? So I was a little bit late because I've got a TPO client, and 24.1 has been very problematic for TPOC. So I'm interested, if you want to throw it in chat, how your 24.1 experience went. I've got some prepared remarks about things that aren't quite working the way that they were hoping to work, or things to be concerned about. This is a community meeting, so again, if you want to talk about whatever, if you want to come up on stage, if you just want to tell me, Larry, talk about this, go ahead. And for those that are just joining, again, we meet every Tuesday at 4 p.m. normally, Eastern live. Today we started a few minutes late, my apologies. And we get to talk about community stuff. Today's topic is all about 24.1, in terms of, in this case, .1.0.2. And let's talk. So first thing Brian wants to throw out there is archive folder hell. That's your fault, Brian. Because you did all this training and nobody listened to you, right? I know I did. I put out videos, I put out emails, I put out updates, reminders. And Brian, what I did was I went through 4 different environments Sunday night at 10 p.m. Eastern and enabled all the personas because I knew what was going to happen. Knew what was going to happen for sure. And everybody's kind of feeling the same thing. So if you did what I did and what Brian sounds like he did, and you just went through all your personas and checked those 2 bottom check boxes on the pipeline tab in each persona, they had it Friday, they might as well have it now. Like, what's the dealio with that? But that's what I would encourage. Angie asks, Brian says we're turning off archive loans. I don't know what that means. When you say turning off, do you mean you're removing archive folders? I don't know what that means, Brian. Help me understand that better. Angie says, since we don't have 24.1 yet, are you telling me that we should give it to everyone? Angie, if you don't have 24.1 yet, then you don't have this setting, so you got nothing to worry about. When you do move to 24.1, then you do have something to worry about. Yeah, when you get it. I certainly would. We won't want everyone to be able to access archive loans. So Brian, so here's the conversation, right? So if they didn't have access to the archive folders Friday through user groups, presuming that's how you manage it, why did it create a problem for you yesterday? And if you want to talk about this more live, feel free to jump on. Oh, they already use archive. You want to change policy now that you have the ability to change policy. That's fine. I'm okay with that. I wouldn't, I'm trying to always advocate for change one thing at a time so you can understand the repercussions. Because if you change more than one thing at a time and there's some kind of adverse impact, what was it, which change created that? So Angie says, if we don't have any archive loan folders, do we even need to add them? You don't need to add archive folders, Angie, but you do need to understand when you go to 24.1, field 5000, whatever that field is, you can look it up in the release notes. When ICE moves you, if they do for you what they did for everybody, if the loan has not been modified, 5016, thanks everybody, field 5016, make sure you add that to your reporting database. And if you wanted to do a batch update, you can, number one, spot which loans are archived. Otherwise, and then you can uncheck that box. So now they're no longer archived. If you want to unwind what ICE is trying to roll out. Auto archive after 3 years. I don't know if it's an auto thing. We know that from the data update over the weekend that any loan that wasn't modified in the last 3 years was marked as archive, but I'm not sure it's an automatic archive. Are we sure it's automatic? Please verify. I'm not going to check the release notes on the spot here, but keep me honest, as you guys do as a community. Thank you for that. So I'm going to talk about something else. That's how you read it. I thought it would be a one-time thing. Kirsten, I read it as a one-time thing too in the release notes. So there you go. I think they provided a biz rule. They did provide a biz rule, and it's inactive. But as Reed states, there is a business rule in there that will automatically mark Field 5016, just in case you don't know how to write that rule, which was nice. It was considerate. Yeah.